Aileen, who had reached her breaking point, responded, "Mrs. De Silva, I married Anthony, not his shadow. I'm not here to replace you or compete with you, but I also won't let you disrespect me in my own home." Marie gasped as if Aileen had struck her. "Your home? This house has been in my family for generations. Don't overstep your bounds, young lady. Mother or wife, a house cannot have two queens." Aileen entered the vast ancestral home of the De Silvas with hopeful eyes and a warm smile. She had been married to Anthony for only 6 months, but it already felt like a lifetime. From the day they returned from their honeymoon, Marie, Anthony's mother, made it clear that she was not impressed. "She's sweet now, Anthony," Marie had whispered one evening as Aileen busied herself in the kitchen, "but sweetness fades. You need a woman with substance." Anthony, caught between the two women he loved most, had pleaded for peace. "Ma, Aileen is my wife. Give her a chance." Marie's disapproval stemmed from years of placing Anthony on a pedestal. As her only son, she believed no woman could ever love or care for him as she did. Aileen, however, wasn't giving up without a fight. One evening, Aileen decided to make Marie's favorite dish, coq au vin. She spent hours perfecting it, even texting Anthony from the grocery store for tips on his mother's preferences. As she set the table, she imagined the compliments she might finally receive, but the moment Marie took a bite, her face twisted into a grimace. She said flatly, "You added too much wine. It's edible, I suppose." Anthony shot Aileen an apologetic glance. "It's great, honey. I love it." "Of course you do," Marie retorted, her tone dripping with sarcasm. The tension grew unbearable over the weeks. Aileen tried everything, helping Marie in the garden, inviting her to tea, and even gifting her a silk scarf Marie had admired in a boutique window, but nothing thawed her frosty demeanor. Finally, one Sunday afternoon, the inevitable happened. Marie made a snide remark about how Eileen's modern values were making Anthony neglect his family. Aileen, who had reached her breaking point, responded, "Mrs. De Silva, I married Anthony, not his shadow. I'm not here to replace you or compete with you, but I also won't let you disrespect me in my own home." Marie gasped as if Aileen had struck her. "Your home? This house has been in my family for generations. Don't overstep your bounds, young lady." Anthony, sitting silently until now, finally spoke. "Enough, both of you." His voice was louder than Aileen had ever heard. The two women stared at him, stunned. "Mom, I love you, but I love Aileen too. You don't have to approve of her, but you will respect her. And if you can't..." He hesitated, taking a deep breath. "Then maybe it's time for Aileen and me to leave." Marie's face crumbled. "Leave, Anthony. This is your home." "No," Anthony said firmly, "taking Eileen's hand home is where Aileen and I are, together." The words hit Marie like a tidal wave. Her son was choosing his wife over her. For a moment, she considered her options: stand firm and lose him, or relent and keep her place in his life. Finally, she sighed, her voice quieter than Aileen had ever heard. "I just don't want to lose you, Anthony." "You won't," he reassured her, "but I won't let you push Aileen away either." Marie looked at Aileen, who stood silently, her hand still clasped in Anthony's. "I suppose we can start fresh," she said reluctantly. For Anthony's sake, though far from perfect, it was a truce. Aileen knew Marie wouldn't change overnight, but she had something far more valuable: Anthony's unwavering support, and in time, two queens learned to share a kingdom if only for the love of their king. Subscribe for daily uplifting stories, and let's fill each day with positivity and warmth.